Welcome back to SmackDown SEO. This is Paul, and this next section is about getting content. Getting fresh, unique content is a must for not only building your site, but also for establishing quality contextual backlinks to your site. Outranking your competition can be a long process at times, especially if they have nicely developed sites with a wide variety of strong backlinks. It can be costly to have the amount of articles written that you need to outrank your competition, and doing it yourself can be time consuming and exhausting. I've included a file of the script I use to get quality article writers from an outsourcing service called Odesk.com. Here is what it looks like. This is the script that I use to find quality article writers from Odesk.com. You can also use the same script and the same method to find article writers from other avenues. For the description in the title, I've simply just stated that I need an article writer and rewriter in the English language. And for the description, I write that I'm looking for one who is an English writer to write articles for blogs. The article topics would be your niche. You want to state what niche you are wanting articles written about, and also that they must be unique articles. The other thing that I include is that I want the applicants to provide an estimate about how long it would take them to write a 400-word article and how long it would take to rewrite that article 3 times. Then at the bottom here, I just simply state that the lowest rates are looked at first, and then bonuses would be given for high quality work. What this does is set up the expectations. Some applicants will want $1 per article, others will want about $8 or maybe even $16 an article. I definitely encourage giving bonuses for your article writers for those that have done really well and performed the tasks that you have wanted. The other thing that Odesk looks for is skills required, so you just state what kind of skills are needed to perform this task. In this case, writing and English language understanding is what I've included. Then down below in the interview process, this is where we interview the applicant. The importance of this process is so you know who you're hiring. A lot of times you may find very impressive resumes, but you don't really know how they operate. And when you do interview them, then you can tell exactly how well their English is and how well their grammar and sentence structures are. In here I've included some questions that I'll ask. If they don't respond with their timelines about how long their articles will take, then I'll simply ask them. And then if they do respond, then I'll verify if that is correct and see what their response is. Sometimes their responses are a very good way to tell how well they actually do write. And the final portion of the script is your message back to your hired article writer. What I do here is I congratulate them and I tell them that they're chosen. I also will tell them what I'm looking for, again, reiterating that I need 400-word article rewritten 3 times. In this section, they will see and hopefully get a clear understanding about what a rewritten article looks like in Spinner context. And this is how you rewrite sentence by sentence in Spinner format. And so then they can get an understanding about how that's done. And then at the bottom here, I tell them some resources that they can look to find more information about that keyword and about my topic. And then let them know that if they do have any more questions or if they are confused about anything, then to let me know first. Because what you want to do is have a very open line of communication with your article writer, so that if they are having trouble, they'll be able to let you know before they spend a whole lot of time doing work that isn't very high quality. So then again, just to reiterate, it's important to see how those applicants respond back to you. What I look for when they write me back is how their spelling and grammar looks, and also how fast they are to respond. Sometimes they will have an impressive and well-written resume, but when they actually reply back to me, they do not write well at all and clearly have a difficult understanding of the English language. Other times I'll be surprised to see that their grammar, spelling, and sentence structures are very impressive, sometimes even better than how I write. Occasionally, I will have a few applicants who know English as a first language. I've even had a writer who is from the US, but this is very rare. You don't need to scrutinize so much, because the purpose for this type of writer is mostly to write content to impress the search engines. Since this content will be used for contextual backlinks, It is not necessarily important that it is persuasive or professional for the reader. However, there are many things that the search engines do not like, and if the article looks like garbage and doesn't make any sense, you may not get as effective backlinks, or your content that contains your links can be even banned or deleted. This may sound like a lot of work for just hiring an article writer, but for me it is worth it in the end. By using this process, I've been able to have an excellent team of writers who are there for me and will quickly get the job done whenever I provide them an assignment. It's nice to be able to start up a campaign and send in your request, then wake up the next morning and have your articles all ready to go. By using this method, I've never paid more than $5 and have had very appreciative writers. As long as you have very clear expectations of each other up front, then it'll work out fine. It's important to show appreciation, and I definitely recommend giving bonuses to your writers who do a good job. After training my writers and seeing their style, I feel more comfortable with having them write sales pages for me. In fact, most of the content for my Venapro site was created by my writers overseas. I will read the content and correct mistakes if there are any before posting it on my site. For the most part, it works out just fine. Here is an example of a finished article that has been written and rewritten by one of my article writers. It is for the Venapro website, and this is the first article. As we scroll down, then you will find the rewritten articles. So this is the 4 different variations. And the article was rewritten 3 different times on the sentence level. So each sentence is rewritten. It's pretty lengthy once it's all done. At the very bottom, I've included my links. It's good to have the anchor text, but then also the full URL when submitting your articles to blog networks or other article directories. And then now I'll show you what it looks like once you submit all of this into the CRewriter website. Now here we are at crewriter.com. You can see the URL up here. I just go there and then enter the content in here by pasting it. After it is pasted, we want to make sure this is all in Spinner format, so I'm just deleting the normal article. This right here is all Spinner content. So then we rewrite this and all of these variations come out as one unique article, and that's 440 words. You can then rewrite and download all of this content to have 100 different articles if you'd like. You just click this, you check this, and then click rewrite, and then it'll come up for you. And then you need to download it by clicking this button right here, and you can store it as a text format on your computer. One of the reasons I use this site is so that it'll let me rewrite my articles and I can see different variations. I can submit the articles uniquely if I want to. And it also helps me rewrite content if I want to do that myself. That way you'll know that before you submit your content that it is rewritten properly. Sometimes when you submit your article to article directories and blog networks, you'll want to submit them in Spinner format. So before you submit them, it's a good idea to run it through crewriter.com to double check that it is rewritten properly. If it's not rewritten properly, then it can look very odd and not be submitted right into the blog network or article directories.